Hello artists and crafters. Today we're going to be making a pumpkin pendant. And the supplies you'll need are a cabochon or a resin cabochon. So you can use semi-precious or just do a resin piece. Flush cutters, round nose pliers, a mandrel, and chain nose pliers. You'll also need 21 gauge bronze half round and 21 gauge bronze square wire, and you'll also need a ruler. Okay, let's set some of this stuff aside. To begin, you're going to need 4 pieces of the square wire, and that will measure at 12 inches. So you'll need 4 at 12 inches. Then you will need your 21 gauge half round, and you'll need approximately 15 to 20 inches of the half round. Okay, to begin, just straighten out your half round a little bit, and then take your pieces of square wire, straighten them out a little bit too. Now take 2 pieces of the square, line them up. Okay, and then halfway in the middle, you will need to take your half round and find the back of the half round. You can tell which side it is because one side looks flat and the other one looks a little raised. So the flat side goes against the square pieces. Go to about halfway down on your half round, and you're in the center of your square pieces. So you just wrap 3 times like so. And then you can just flatten them out a bit. Push them together. Then you'll add the next 2, and it will be 3 wraps on your right side, and then 3 wraps on your left side. These kind of got bunched up a little bit, so if they do, just remove the wrap and straighten them out as best as possible. You can crimp them a little bit, flatten them out, and then wrap 3 times on your left side. Flatten them out. Bring them together so they're nice and tight. One looks a little wonky there. Okay. There. And then bring them to the back and clip it. And secure it. Okay, like so. And then the one that had the 3 in the center, that'll be the front of it. Then you will take your cabochon and you'll put this into the center, like so. And then these 2 bend up towards like the center, and then you'll take the next 2 and then kind of curve them, and then they'll be between the center pieces and the edge. You might have to hold them in place a little bit. And then the third wire will come up along the edge of your cabochon. Oops. They might get a little messed up, but you can always straighten them out. And then the last wire will come up along the back. And then what you'll need to do is just check to see if you got it in the right position. Bend these so they go straight up. The ones on the edges first. And then bring these up and just make a little crimp in it. Same with this. These are all going to join together to make the bail. So you can bring these out a little bit more if you'd like. Curve them a little bit. Okay. Sorry about the noise in the background. That happens often. That's my cockatoo Abby. Okay, so hold them tight together and then just grab one of your end pieces from when you did the bottom wrap, and then you will wrap the half round around tightly around all of the pieces. Oh, I'd say about 3 or 4 times. Then push that down so it's nice and tight. And you can squeeze them together. now you'll want to keep these ends because you're going to need those to secure the bail. Okay, now for the bail. You're going to take all these pieces. Unlike with the earrings, we brought 2 forward. You could do that also. You can bring 2 forward, like so. Like that. And then these you'll use for your bail. So what you're going to do is you're going to twist them together. Twist tight. It makes it look sort of like the stem on a pumpkin. And then take your mandrel. I'm going to use this part of it because it's a little bit thicker and I'd like a thicker bail, and go up maybe about 3/4 of an inch from the cabochon, and then just bend it over like so, and then take out the mandrel. I think we could have done it a little higher, so I'm going to lift this up, and I'm going to go up just a little bit higher, so I'd say about an inch, and then bend it over. I'd like a higher bail, and then take that out. Then you can take your pliers and bend this in a touch so that it meets. There. Okay. Move these out because we're going to take these little ends. These can stick out because we're going to use those in a minute, but those little ends of the half round we're going to wrap around tight around the bail. If you want it like a tighter closure, you could always squeeze this in more. And keep some of the little ends, don't clip them yet. So wrap it about 3 times to hold the bail. Keep those little ends. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to lift this up. I think I'm going to unwrap this one, and you're going to need 2 from the bottom, like so. And then you're going to clip them about 3/4 of the way. So about right there. And you'll need your round nose pliers. There's a lot going on, so sometimes it's hard to work your way around all of this, but it does work out. And then we're just going to make a little loop. Oops. Oh, sorry about that. Made a little loop on one side, and now I'm going to make a loop on the other. And the loop actually overlaps a little bit, which is perfectly fine. And then you can flatten them out with your fingers or with the pliers. So you have 2 little loops there. And we're going to take that 21 gauge half round, and since we already wrapped it around the bail, we're just going to take it and feed it through that little loop. You can hold the loop while you're doing this, so you do it tight, and you feed it through and wrap it 3 times. So that's 1, 2, Now I have my thumbnail just resting on that loop just to hold it in place while I'm doing this, so when I'm tugging at it to tighten this, it's not pulling on the loop. And this is our third one. Oops, I don't want them to overlap. And then just clip it. And secure it. And then do a same thing on the other side. You got that 21 gauge piece there of the half round. Hold the loop with your thumbnail and feed that little wire through. Make sure it's tight and secure. And do that 3 times. Just be careful when you're doing that because you can get that piece under your nail, and believe me, if you poke your skin under the nail, that's gonna hurt, so be very careful with that. And then you can use your pliers to help you pull it through. See how many wraps did I get so far? 2. And we got 1 more. This was a little short piece, so this one's a little harder to do, but it'll work. There we go. And I'm going to clip it and secure it. And I actually did this the same way on the earrings. And I apologize on the earrings because I know the bail, there was just I moved my hand out of frame. So it's pretty much done the same exact way. Okay. Let me just flatten it out a little bit. Okay. Next, you have these 2 front pieces, and then you have all these back here. Well, all the ones in the back you're going to bring forward. So let's bring them all forward because this is a pendant, and I know on the earrings I did them in the back too. That was only because when you're wearing earrings, and sometimes if you have short hair, you can see the back of the earring, and you want it just as pretty on the back as in the front. But on a pendant, you don't want anything to catch on your sweaters or your shirts, so we're bringing all of these forward. Okay, get your mandrel, and we're going to start with those 2 that were in the front in the first place. So we're just gonna wrap tight and make a loop like that. A little swirl. There we go. Same with this one. You can wrap in the same direction or you can wrap in opposite directions. I'm going to do opposites for both sides. There. So one is going this way and one is going that way. And I hope I didn't go off a frame with that, but you just take your mandrel, stick it against almost the top part of that wire. It's a square wire. It's from the bail, and then you're just going to twist. And there's another curl. And you just keep doing that. Oops. You will get them caught up though. Yeah. So there sometimes, but it's not that hard to do, but they do get twisted together sometimes, but that's perfectly okay. You can just move them around. Let's see, this one. It's going this way. If you don't have a mandrel, you can use just the round nose pliers. That works just as well. Okay, so now we got all these crazy swirls here. Some are longer, some are shorter, and then just kind of arrange them the way you want them. And these need obviously to be clipped off. These are way too long. And now you can clip them to whatever length you'd like. If you'd like some longer, some shorter, that's perfectly okay. Now you will have little rough edges here. Now you could sand them or use a file and round them off, or what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take them and make a tiny little loop. You got to be careful so you don't bend it all out of shape. But I just made a tiny little loop at the end, and then that way it won't catch on anything. And it still looks like it's part of the little vines. Just go in the direction of wherever you left off. Like, so this one curls this way. So you take it and you just make a little loop going in the same direction. And then this one goes back this way. So we'll just take the loop and make it go this way. Let's see if we missed any. Oh, yes we did. And there's one more. It's hiding underneath all of them. And again, and then you can take your pliers and just make sure that they're flat. This one probably needs to be bent in just a little bit more. Make it nice and tight. And then, let's see, I want more of a curve here. And then just bend it around. And there you go. And that's your pumpkin pendant. If you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, press that bell for any further notifications of my upcoming videos. And also, if you would like, in the description box below, there are links to my artwork, photography, and other jewelry. So thank you again. Have a great day. See you soon. Bye-bye.